The QANX community are mental. I say, I tell you that they're like passionate. I see it on my X. It's like QANX is the next big. It's like basically ETH before ETH was launched. They're so bullish. The QANX crowd is so bullish on QANX. It's ridiculous. Um, I'm starting to see it without even looking for it. Just look, this guy QANX to $50. What the hell? Uh, it's quite funny, huh? You you got to have a, dare I say it, you got to have a cult like community in support of your token and your tech to push it to higher prices, don't you? And I think QANX has that community, hasn't it? Look, I'd choose the QANX community any day. I don't think it's underrated. I rate it, and I believe it deserves more recognition. And they're starting to post memes. It's quite funny. Look at this. It's quite funny. It's quite funny. It's starting to get really funny. The QANX community. You never know. QANX could be the next big thing, and we could all become billionaires just by hodling for hire. So this is quite interesting. I like it. I'm actually happy to be involved in some degree. So let's have a look at the charts, and that's really the most important thing, isn't it? For me, it is anyway. Not. Let's have a look. Let's just kind of go into QANX and zip away from this and have a look at QANX. So if you don't know, I did a really long analysis on QANX, 1 hour and fucking 30 minutes. What the hell? I'm mental. And go and watch it. It's on my YouTube. And look, I just want to say it's an idea. Yeah, there's lots of ideas. This is just one. Everyone has their own idea. I do my technical analysis. Maybe some people have watched me and they don't do it the way I do it. They do it differently. They use moving averages and trend breaks. And I do have these kind of patterns here. I've got these patterns, which kind of can draw patterns. And some people use that and they think, oh, well, this is what people use. I've got these. I don't use them. I just have them for reference. Some people use these candlesticks and they go, okay, I'll buy the bullish, whatever, candles, whatever. For me, this makes more sense because it's liquidity. It's all about where liquidity is and also all about where the price is going to find liquidity, right? And I know the rules, Elliott wave rules apply. I know they work. It's for me, it's been tried and tested. What I'm looking at now, it looks like we're in the wave 3 here after we've had this 2 correction. My hypothesis is that we are in an overall higher time frame wave 3 because the recovery from the bridge hack was the wave 1 and you had this higher time frame ABC until we had the first impulsive wave and this kind of long crazy correction, and I'm basically suggesting that you can't ignore this or this, but this is the first wave of the next big wave of a big wave 3. And the reason why is because we held a higher low and now we're starting to impulse. So naturally this next wave, I do think it has to go higher than the top here. It has to, really, it has to go higher than here. If it doesn't go higher, I'm not saying there's a problem. I'm saying that it means that this is still correcting. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm saying it means it's still correct. I'm not expecting it to not go higher, but I'm just kind of saying that until we do go higher, until we backtest for the 4 and until we go for the last wave, there's always that possibility that this correction is continuing. We're still in some kind of corrective mode. Yeah, a corrective mode would be, oh god, would be like this. Some kind of ABC, something like this. Oh my god, my mouse and everything is got demons. It's not working. And you still end up with a corrective, you know, you look like, and actually then you're more like, it's more like this, and that's when you get your 3, 4, 5, etc. Okay, I'm not saying that's where we are. I just don't know. And I'm not contemplating continued correction because of the context of the bull market. I'm just focusing on the bullish ideas. I just want everyone to be aware there's always a more bearish idea, which is actually not bearish. It's just prolonged correction, which feels bearish because it means the price actually still has to go down on a higher time frame. That the direction of travel is still down. Okay. So I'm just kind of like looking at this wave now, this wave now. I'm looking at these waves and I'm thinking to myself, well, look at the waves. Let's have a look at them. Let's kind of zoom into these waves and try and see what's going on here. This is the one, isn't it? This is the one. Where does it start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's like this. 1, 2, maybe a flat there to 3 to 4 to oh god, I don't know why, but my mouse is having a heart attack today. Maybe a flat there for a 3 to a 4 to a 5. Maybe that was it. And I say maybe because there's always the element of doubt and improvement. And see, look, I'm doing this light blue and it's not changing. I don't know what's going on in my computer. Let me try and refresh it again. Have I lost internet? My trading view is bugged out. Have I lost internet? Shit. No. Oh my god. Everything is going wrong today. I think I need to cut my stream shorter because before it all implodes. Oh my god, it all is going wrong. All right, let's just go over that again. So as I was saying, if I can do light blue, yes. Let's just say let's just kind of zoom into this. Let's just say the impulse was there, began there. Then you had a flat correction here for the next impulse. Kind of really flat. Could be to there, to be honest with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe to there, 5. Could that be your 5 waves? So then what you're thinking to yourself, well, that's your 1, isn't it? Up to there. So then what? Well, where's your 2? Maybe there. Is this your 3? Is this a 4 or 5? Well, I don't like that. Why don't I like that? I'll tell you why. I don't like this because the 3 is smaller than the it's then what does that mean? Does that mean the 3 actually is there? Well, that doesn't work, does it? Because if the 3 is there, then you haven't actually done anything. It's not really the 3, is it? Because you actually haven't cleared the 1. You have to clear the 1 for a backtest of the 4. You see that? So it can only mean 2 things. Either this is just wave 1 of 5 waves, which is going to take the 3 higher for a 4 or 5 like this, for a 4 or 5 like that. And so this actually ends up being your 1. And so you end up counting the first wave here for a 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this 5 can't be bigger than the 3. If that was the 3, it can't be bigger than the 3 because the 3 can't be the shortest. And so here clearly you can see that the 0 to the 5 here, it looks like it was bigger than this 3 wave here. And so therefore that means that maybe that's your 5 there. Okay, and I'll kind of look at the fibs now, and I'm just trying to logically work this out. So we're not going to go up there and flip it potentially. We could find resistance for a lower high there. Okay, could look bearish. That if that becomes your 1, so I'm going to need new colors. Then you could actually end up in a situation where we get a corrective move to continue this. Let me just do that in yellow. I have to change it here. For a 1, corrective ABC 2, for a 3, for a 4, that's kind of what you want, because you need to go higher, otherwise you haven't got room to back test the 4, because then the blue 4 can't go underneath here. So this could be this first wave, this could be the next wave, that could be the next wave, next wave for a corrective wave. And so actually you're looking for a lot more ups and downs. It's going to look quite choppy, yeah, lots of chop, until we can finally get to our destination. So potentially we're not going up in a straight line, we're just going up and down, level to level, until we can just go to higher. And it's going to look like every single dip is going to look bearish, but actually we could be breaking one wave to go. And then the thing about this is not a straight line down. Like if we do end up going down, it's, you know, it's like this, it's going to look choppy, isn't it? Every corrective wave, it's going to be ABC, just like this. So you're going up and you're going down, you'll think, where are we? So you still want to see 5 waves up, 3 waves down, effectively 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up. You end up with 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That becomes your wave 1. Then you have a 5 waves up move to go up to your wave 3. Then you have your 5 waves move up to you have your wave 5. So it might not be, so I don't know what people are expecting. So it could be an extended version of this. So this is quite quickly and quite fast, wasn't it? It was just up, up, and up, basically. We could be in a much more extended version of what we experienced the first time. That's at the moment, that's what I'm thinking. A little bit more of an extended version, not just straight up. I think maybe the mainnet could change things. Now, I don't know when that's going to be launched. I don't know. And I don't know if, and this is the thing, I wonder if the mainnet is going to be launched at the end of this move. And it, dare I say it, there it becomes exit liquidity, okay? For a corrective move. Yeah, I don't know. If that happens, then we just have to be aware of the waves, because the waves, mainnet isn't going to break the rules of Elliott waves. Nothing will, okay? So if you've counted waves up and you end up with the 5th of the 5th of the 5th of the 5th wave to complete this 3, it doesn't really matter about mainnet. That's it. That will be your exit liquidity, and actually the price is looking to completely correct to find support on a slightly higher time frame. Okay, just got to be aware of that. So if the mainnet launch next week or today, then actually, well, it wouldn't, and this is the problem, because just looking at how these waves are formed, this next wave can't be bigger than the 3. And so let me just hide these now and just kind of focus in on the current layout. And remember, I'm not considering the prolonged correction, which is also known as bearish Elliott waves. I'm only focusing on bullish, all right? So that's my disclaimer. I don't want people to go and say, oh, you were wrong. I could be wrong, because I don't know if we're still correcting. I'm just presuming that we're not. I'm just presuming it's an assumption, yeah? Sometimes when you make assumptions, you can look foolish if they turn out to be wrong. So it's like my disclaimer. It's an assumption that we're bullish. We're in the bullish moves. So EW wave 3. All right. And let's just focus on this wave here now. Let me just hide this one. And so if I want to, I can just pull that one back up. Perfect. And so everyone can see what I'm doing. Let me just pull the correct one up again. Sorry, which one was it? It's probably that one, wasn't it? That one, and then maybe that one. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to do fibs. Took us to the 1 to 4 there. I'm not sure about this 5. Pull back to the 2. continue to the 5.618. You see that? It looks okay. The fibs look good on these this first little bit, this first flat. Let me delete that. Let me go up to the 5 here. If I imagine the 5 to be there actually, and the bottom of the 2 there. Well, look, see, look, we've cleared the 618. We haven't hit the 1-to-1, but we're finding support on the 618 there. We're trying to find support. So I would have liked for that to gone perfectly to the 1-to-1 there, but it didn't. And so naturally, what you can see from here to here to here, that's a shallower wave. The wave 3 is smaller. Okay, you can see that, can't you? All right. Which means the next wave will be even shorter because you can't break the rules. The 4 can't come underneath the 1. Right now it's finding support on the 618, and the 4 can't come underneath the 1. The rules won't allow it. So I'm assuming that this is where we're going to find support. It's an assumption, again, another assumption. And so have we already impulsed? Is this an impulse? Don't know. Or is this just still correcting and we're waiting for to take the lows here for another impulse? Well, we'll know afterwards. After it happens, we'll know. I can see that the MACD is showing extremely bullish absorption here. This is really bullish. All of this is bullish. You can see here on the MACD. It's really nice actually to see this, because you can see here the price is going flat. The MACD is just going down. That's really bullish because you're getting hidden bullish divergences. Again, you're getting the same thing here. You're going flat. The MACD is driving downwards. So all of the selling is being absorbed. Really bullish this is. The highs are following each other, higher highs, higher highs. So there's no bearish divergences there at the moment. So this is actually looking quite nice. And so this is why I was wondering. I'm wondering if we just go up in steps rather than just go up and up and up. If we do go up there, I do think this is big resistance because I've mapped it out before, haven't I? I kind of marked it out as the higher time frame 618 in my previous stream, just based on this move here to like here. And you can see when the price did come up, you can see that it kind of resisted. It tried to flip it. It couldn't. It tried again and it just lost it. So I do think the 618 there is still going to play a role as we approach the 1.618 up there. And so based on this, I don't think you can go more than a 1-to-1 on the next move. Just based on Elliott wave theory. Let's just assume that was the 2 to the 3 there, and the 4 is going to start somewhere here. The 1-to-1 would basically, from this current area, would also put us at that higher time frame 618, which would put us where I kind of wanted to be, roughly where we're going to find the end of this first 5 waves. This can't be the end, because remember, on the higher time frame, I'm looking at this blue continuing. So effectively, that's just your wave 1. The next big wave will be after this next correction. So that's kind of what I'm contemplating now. So we go up, we find resistance here. Okay, so if anyone is like day trading, that's kind of your big resistance, just based on this 5-wave move there. Then you pull back. Okay, now we don't know how the pullback's going to be. It'd be nice to have another flat correction. So just bear that in mind. Flat corrections are bullish, more bullish for higher prices. So we all want flat corrections. The flatter the better. And you're kind of still looking at something like what we've experienced like this. So this is really flat here. Lower down was flat. This is all flat. And right now we're experiencing something quite flat too. These are flats, right? Some kind of flat. And so ideally, if you end up with a wave 1 here, ending there. You want the flat would be better, and maybe to kind of come back to the 618 here that I've marked out. I don't know. And again, maybe, you know, that would be ideal, isn't it? Consolidate here on a higher, slightly higher time frame flat. Now you just got to be aware, because it is also possible that you kind of go flat and then you go down. And it looks like it's flat, and then you do a 1 2 3 down, then it goes, oh my god, what's going on? And then actually you go horizontal here, and you're ending up in more of a kind of corrective move like that before we kind of can smash upwards to get to the next area. And right, for some reason I have a fib time here at the end of January, so you just got to be aware of that. And so people will be thinking to themselves, this has to go up, this has to go up, but actually, for reasons that I can't explain, Elliott Waves likes to do its own thing. And so while I think the only way that I think we can go up and up and up is if the mainnet happened and the volume just came in like unbelievable volume to push us to higher prices. You'd have to see a confirmation of that with volume. Yeah. And so the last time we went up, we didn't really had a high volume increase in value. And so when you're looking at the volume, yeah, the last time when I'm looking at the volume here, it wasn't a crazy volume, and that's probably why we had a deeper correction. And what I'd like to see, if and when if the mainnet doesn't happen at the peak for the exit liquidity, if it happens at the right time on a corrective move here, and then actually, let's just say for the sake of argument, next week we just go up in one go, and then you have a 3-day correction like that, and then the mainnet was launched, and that's your correction, that's your wave 1, your little ABC, and then you're straight into your 3, and then you're going to get your mainnet. And so that would be ideal, wouldn't it? That would be better. I think everyone would prefer that. And so rather than for us to go up and up and up and up in anticipation of the mainnet to complete the wave 3, and then the mainnet launches and people dump into that as exit liquidity, I don't really like that, but I mean, we can't make that happen. It just happens when it happens. And so right now I'm just contemplating that we find resistance at the 618. It's at about 8.6 cents. It's back at the highs, but not taking the high necessarily. I think if we could take the high, I genuinely think it's better to put in a higher high after we put in a higher low. And actually it'd be more bullish, because then, but I don't think it's going to happen because of the way this wave 1 2 3, this next wave is going to be shorter. And so we could still do it. Yeah, you could still do it, but you need to have an extended flat correction here. So rather than going zigzag down, you have continued bullish sentiment, like buy, 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 and you actually end up with a kind of extended flat correction here, where you actually take the high with the correction. So you kind of have a corrective pattern here that actually takes the price up, takes the high, flips it into support, and that's your corrective pattern. It's weird, but in these crazy crypto bull markets, you can actually have upwards corrections. Yeah. And then you've corrected, but you've actually gone up and you haven't gone down, and then you expand for the next wave, and that becomes your 3. That's really best case scenario. After we hit our 618 target here, the reaccumulation continues to push the price up until we take that high for a higher high, flip it into support locally, and then smash up, and you begin your next wave from much higher up. Really the most bullish price action, it would be something like that in this scenario. So these are kind of the bullish ideas. In terms of targets, I don't know. I mean, I think wave 3 at the very least we need to go up to the 1-to-1. But remember, we need to go up in 5 waves. Potentially this is the 5 wave will complete here. The next wave could be the wave 3. We could actually go much higher than you think. We could actually be going much higher than people imagine in this next move. But it will require volume. Volume is key. Okay, so when I'm looking at the volume right now, it's good. It's not too bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah, like look at this green. Look at that green volume. Look at the volume. Just focus on the volume. Yeah, What do you want to see with volume? You want to see increasing prices, increasing volume. I'm seeing that. Look at the volume. These volume injections are increasing. The price is going up. That's healthy price action, yeah? But when you compare it to the overall range, it's on par, isn't it? It's kind of on par. What we want to see is bam, volume. We want to see crazy volume. We want to see at least double the average. You know, we want to see up there and up there. You know, we want to see like the capital coming in, flowing into this token. And actually, when that starts to happen, you don't sell, you buy more. You end up buying more. You know, when you start seeing volume come into QANX, then you don't want to sell. You actually want to start buying more. Okay, that's the confirmation that this is actually going to go higher. When you start seeing higher prices and increasing volume, that shouldn't scare you from. That shouldn't be like, oh, I need to sell now. It should be like, I need to actually buy more. All right, so that's my QANX update. Hope